Hey everyone, this is Miss Weber back with another science experiment. I'm doing it on the floor today because I'm a little worried about spilling this bowl on my rug. So, on the floor, we've got a big bowl of water here. Hopefully it's big enough for our experiment today. But today we are testing whether or not Coke, regular Coke, or Diet Coke will float or sink in water. So the regular Coke is 20 ounces and the Diet Coke is also 20 ounces. So they're the same size. They might look a little different, but this one's a little fatter on the sides, whereas this one's a little taller. The big differences that we see with the Diet versus the regular is that the regular has a total amount of sugars of 65 grams, whereas the Diet Coke has total sugars of 0 grams. So that's the biggest difference that we see in these Coke bottles. Otherwise, they're pretty identical. They have, I would say, similar amounts of caffeine. They're both caffeinated. And the other big difference we see is obviously within the sugars that are in the Cokes themselves. Anyways, let's try it out though. So we have our bowl of water here. Let me scoot back so you can maybe skip a little more. Perfect. So let's try the regular Coke first. I'm just gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in sideways because I don't know that it's gonna. Okay, so I would say it's mostly sinking. At the top we have some buoyancy just because I think of the air that's in the bottle, but the bottom is definitely sinking back down into the bowl. So I would say this is a sinker. Wow, I should not be shaking that up. But let's try the Diet Coke here. So that one is definitely floating. You can see that that bottom is like definitely coming off of the base of the bowl. It's not as high, but again, I think that's because of this amount of air that we see at the top of the bottle here. With a can, I think you wouldn't get that kind of air bubble. So it might be more evenly spread on the flotation. So in comparison, again, I think this is mostly due to the sugar content. 65 grams is pretty significant when you are putting something in a bowl of water. That leads to a pretty significant decrease in the amount of flotation that might occur in the bottle. So that's my experiment. Thanks, guys.